Welcome guys, welcome to my Leetcode comment section. Hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Okay, so 263 volume of all substrings. Yeah, this is like the decode context basically yesterday. So given a string will return numbers of vowels in every substring. So word substring is a contiguous sequence in a string. So for example, ABA, there are 6 of them, right? Because you can count A as 1, AB as 1, AB as 2, B 0, BA 1, 1, so total has 6. ABC, only A, right? Because A, AB, ABC, 3 of them. And the rest, 3 do not have, right? So this one, and this one is 237. I mean, you need to count it, right? So the problem is that notice that this word length is 10 to the 5, right? So I mean, if you try to solve the brute force, right? So let's say you want to solve this brute force, right? And you count I and J, right? So let's say this is your substrings. Then you total have O to the N square substrings, right? And you count it, right? So because you need to count how many A, I, O, U. So get N cube, right? 10 to the 5. There's no way that you can solve this 10 to the N cube. So usually N 10 to the negative 5. So using N square algorithm already too large, right? So you need to find a way to solve this in N or N log. Yeah, these are 2 possibilities that you can solve these problems. I mean, it's not like the first one. I mean, right? Because in the first one, the first question, if you just want to count vowels in substrings, its word length is only 10 to 100, right? So you can use an N cube. Okay, so but for this one, you never and you cannot use N cube. Okay, so let me just solve this my problem in my my idea. Okay, so my idea is that let's say I put $sign in my string, and this is my string. Okay, and I define this is A0, A1, A2, right? So this is a number which I want to compute. Okay, so I define AJ to be the number of vowels, the nums of vowels. So vowels in array. Let's say this is array is my array up to J minus J plus 1, right? So basically it contains, I count how many A, I, O, U in this region. And let me just store this into S, which A0, A1, A2, right? So you can compute this in O(n) time, right? This is trivial, right? Because it just count. Okay. Okay, so I'm up to N my N, AN, right? Because this is AN. Let's say N is the length of the array. Okay, so what is the answer? So what is the answer? So the answer is very simple, right? Because I want to compute the number of vowels in array, let's say array I to J plus 1, then I can just use S of J minus S of I. So basically it's AJ minus AI. Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, so N total will be summation of AJ minus AI, I from 0, and J greater than I, total N. Total have N of them. Okay, so you can write this, right? So the first term will be there are N A0. Notice that A0 is 0, right? Because I mean, but it's not important. That's right. Minus N0 and the summation AJ from 1 to N minus 1. Sorry, J to N. And then you can plus the second term is N minus 1 A1 because you have N minus N AJ. J to 2 N minus 1. Sorry, it's still N. Okay, so this is J3 N AJ minus N minus 2 A2. So finally will be A N minus 1 and A. Okay, so the idea is that we just need to compute this guy, right? This guy. Okay, so hopefully it's not difficult, right? Because you already compute this, right? You already compute this. So you already compute this, and you have this array. So you can just count. You see, this term is the same as this term, but minus A1, right? So you can, let's say I create another array S1, which the first term is a summation of AJ, J from 1 to N, and then the next term is AJ, J from 1 to N minus A1, and then the second term is J from 1 to N, AJ minus A1 minus A2. and the final term is an. Right, I can create an array S1. I can construct an array S1 in O(n) time because I start from this part and the minus, right? So this is just one iteration. So my final answer N will be summation of at least two array. So one is S1, one is this S1, one is this S. Right, so the answer will be S1I minus N minus I S0I, I from 0 to N minus 1. Right, this is the answer, right? Because this term minus this term, right? So this is O(n) time because compute get these two array just linear and compute the final result still linear. Okay, so this is my idea to solve these problems. Okay. Okay, so once we know this, then we can just see the code. Okay, so as 0, I count 0. So I just first construct this S. Construct this one. So if I AIOU, I just add 1 and append. Otherwise, I just append, right? So I count it. And then for this one, S1, I start from nums, right? So as from the starting piece, the summation of this. Notice A0 is 0, okay? So sums, and for each word, I just need to minus the previous one. So minus equals S1 minus 1, and I append. So linear time, and I initialize the answer to be 0. Then I write down the solution S1I minus N minus 1 S1I. Okay, so basically this is the simple high school mathematics once you write this down. Okay, so you just go through it. Okay, so this is the answer. Let me just quickly do an example. Maybe let me just submit. Yeah, this is linear time, I think. It's not very fast, but still solve this part. Okay, so yeah, I think I don't need to do the examples. Okay, so see you guys next videos.